So today I know I look like shit. I've basically not been sleeping or eating again, massive depressive spiral, and I've got a bit of stubble. Today's video is basically, I guess, an exorcism in a way for me. Um, for the last couple of years, I've been a victim of stalking, narcissist abuse, threats, being isolated by supposed friends. It's not been great. And all of this is because of an abusive narcissist. Um, which really isn't cool. I now have PTSD because of this person. I'm not going to keep saying this person, it's Artemesia Nathair. And basically, it's kind of made me want to try and find charities for people that have been victims of narcissist abuse for future gigs, because I think it's something very serious that needs to be addressed. And especially in Brighton, when predators are allowed to pretend to be the victim and the real victims are made into predators. So that's not exactly fair. The whole situation with me was I'd met this person, Artemisia. I pretty much set up a thing on FetLife. Within 10 minutes, they added me. And they were all over my status, all over my stuff, sending likes and all that sort of stuff. Constantly saying, we were talking and stuff. And it should have been a dead giveaway when she asked if I was a narcissist at the beginning of the conversation. It should have been a dead giveaway and I should have just ignored her. But anyway, what happened was we'd started talking, and for a month we're pretty much flirting. She's saying how beautiful I am and how much of a lovely dove I am and how I'm a hot kitty girl and how I'm a really cool industrial girl and how she can't wait to meet me and she's filled with anticipation. All this crap. Basically stuff that narcissists say when they want to get somebody on side, which I've done a lot of research into, and this is a classic case of narcissist abuse. So anyway, we got talking and we'd agreed to meet up because we'd been really flirty in the few days that had led up to it. I felt a little bit bad because she said that one of her friends had died in October, which she lied to the police and said November, and it was her grandfather. And me being the new friend that I was, she just moved to the area. Her friend's just died, so I sent her a message basically saying, hey, look, I understand if you don't want to talk, but I'm here for you if you need me. Try and be a good friend. She bit my head off for that, so I was a little weird. We left each other a few days, but as we're talking more, it's becoming more and more like, oh, you're beautiful, you're so talented, I can't wait to see you. And with me, I'm recovering from rape trauma, so sex really isn't on the cards for me, and never has been. It's not something that I particularly am relishing doing again after what happened the last time. And I'll admit, I talk a lot, especially when I meet new friends, because up north people are really friendly, and as soon as you meet someone, you want to talk to them all the time and get to know them and hang out with them, whereas down here it's very standoffish and very guarded, which really sucks. You'll meet somebody, you'll get on with them, and for a month or two, you'll literally be saying, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to go do things? And they ignore you and then have a go at you for saying, hey, which kind of sucks. So anyway, we'd met up at an imam, and she came with White, who is her partner, who's 3 years older than me. So all this, oh, they're so old, oh, they're creepy. Well, maybe you shouldn't be fucking people older than me. And they turned up, and we had a really good night, and it got really flirty as well. Her and White was stroking my hair when I was sat on the floor. We'd gone outside, and she started asking me really personal questions, sexual questions, oh, what's your position? And asking me loads of really personal fetish-based questions, being really kind of flirty and stuff. And it also said that I was amazing that night, and I wasn't. I was terrible, and I was very, very drunk. So the next day, I decided to ask her and say, look, hey, we've been talking to each other for a while. You're saying I'm beautiful and talented and amazing and this, that, and the other. I kind of think you're pretty cool too. No always means no, but do you fancy me? And then she claimed complete ignorance and was like, what do you mean, do I fancy you? And I was like, well, you've been saying for ages how much, like, I'm beautiful and I'm a talented writer and I'm pretty and I'm a lovely dove, and you keep spamming all my fucking statuses with hearts and flowers and stuff. It's like, do you actually like me? And then she sent me what was obviously a copy-paste message that she'd been using on other people, because as I've found out since, I'm probably like the 5th or 6th person she's done this to, falsely accused and tried to destroy the life of, which is a sick fucking trick. So I replied and said, look, well, maybe don't flirt with people. You know, you say something like that to me, I'm going to think you're flirting with me. Sorry if you're not, but, you know, that's not cool. And then she started threatening me, saying that she was going to tell people that I was harassing her. So the first of like probably about 15 messages said, look, I'm an easygoing person, but I'm not about to be fucking false flagged by you. If you don't want to be friends, leave me alone. And every time I was like, no, we're friends. Which, you know, is completely the opposite of how you're actually acting. So, to be honest, I kind of started hating her halfway through the friendship, but we had a festival coming up and she'd made me think that it was me that was the problem. I mean, in some cases, yeah, it probably was, not gonna lie. I do talk a lot, I do get nervous, I do think that people don't like me, so I do seek reassurance, and that's all it ever was. So anyway, we end up going to the festival, which she cancelled on at first. I said, nah, fair enough, and to be honest, I'd already worked outside times, and it was like, yeah, fuck this, she's just obviously a massive narcissistic fuckhead. But she turned up, and we talked, and she apologised profusely, saying that she's got loads of stalkers. It's like, afterwards I kind of realised maybe that's because you're creating them. And even at the gig, she said that one of her stalkers was there, which was somebody who she obviously invited and was somebody that she talked to regularly on FetLife. So it's kind of like, so you want to stay away from stalkers, yet you're inviting your stalkers. Okay. And on that night, we'd spoken, I kind of had enough, and I was like, ready to go, yeah, whatever. But I was like, look, I fully understand if you don't want to be friends with me anymore. It's kind of not working out, and after the whole flirting thing, I really have nothing sexual I want from you. I'm not interested in sex anyway because of the rape trauma. Can we be friends, or should we just end this now? And she's like, no, I'm so sorry, I'm really sorry. I have lots of stalkers, I'm just really guarded, and came up with this whole sub-story. To which Elavine, who's equally a piece of shit, had turned around to her and said, oh, but Kat's amazing, Kat's a really good friend, Kat looks after me, and all this, that, and the other, because Elavine basically was a cat-addicted self-harmer. So, you know, they were always alone and stuff, so I thought I'd be nice and sort of take them out and show them a good time, because I'm a friendly person. If someone's suffering, I don't like that, especially if it's a friend. So anyway, we got on at the festival and we had a really good night. And then a couple of days later, because we'd agreed at the festival that we'd hang out and stop all this bullshit, and she'd help me find bras, because bras are stupid. And I'd replied to her and said, hey, look, how you doing? Do you fancy, like, going bra shopping sometime? And then she started again with the fake copy-paste message of harassment. It's like, how can we be friends and you not harass me? If I was harassing you that much, then block me, delete me, go away from me. I have no interest in being false flagged by you. So anyway, got to the end of the festival, she'd started with the shit again. I told her basically stick it, and I wrote a poem, which was basically like how I was feeling about the whole thing. She unfriended me but still claimed that we were friends, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to leave this absolute psycho alone. And then not 10 minutes after we'd ended the friendship and she still said that we were friends, she started going around various places, basically stalking me. In fact, she was stalking me. So bad to this day where I called the police, who did nothing. But she'd go on my friends list and start like hanging out with friends and telling them lies. I lost gigs, I lost pretty much all my base here, which really is horrible. especially when you're innocent and you're being made out to be some kind of predator when the actual predator's claiming to be a fucking victim with made up messages and dog shit like that. So, obviously that sent me into overdrive. I was scared shitless. It's like, why is this person lying about me? Why is this person being so fucking disgusting? We could have just left it. We did leave the friendship. And then you find out that she started it because she wanted to go to a fetish night that you were going to. And it's like, I could have quite easily ignored you. So then she started spreading lies, getting all my friends involved, going to every single place that I was down on Facebook and FetLife as attending and lying to them and saying all this bullshit, making up fake messages. So I blocked her. And ever since then, her friends have basically been stalking my profile, spreading lies, and it's disgusting. You know, I'm already recovering from rape trauma. I'm asexual as fuck, and now you're gonna pretend that I'm fucking harassing you and stalking you when you literally had 10, 15 opportunities to leave me alone when I said so. So that all happened, and then just since then I got basically I tried to report her for stalking, it didn't happen, and then she found out the next day that I tried reporting her for stalking and she tried to get me arrested. Now, in her statement she said that we weren't friends at first, and you know, when she came to the gig she was only there for 10 minutes, which was a lie, and Elevine and fucking Lee and that lot all sort of there, but not one of them stood up for me. I say, hey look, this person's lying. They just went along with the lies, which really hurt. And since then, I've isolated for an entire year and a half. I don't go outside, I'm scared of friends. I can't make gigs anymore. Although I am starting to look, because I've got to the stage now where I've realised that this is narcissist abuse in its purest form. You know, the kind of person that flirts or manipulates people to get what they want, and then when they're done, they purposely go out and try to destroy their lives, which is sick. I don't understand why people do that. It's either you like me or you don't. Stay or fuck off. It's that simple. So it's been really hard living with this, living with the effects of a liar. And I will say this out loud, Artemesia Nathair, you are a fucking manipulating liar. And that's not just coming from me, that's coming from the 6 or 7 other people that you've also tormented. And ever since then, I've just felt like I don't exist. And that nothing's ever gonna get better. And every time I try and do something to make myself better, this comes back. And it's constant. PTSD is fucking scary. It destroys your life. Especially when it's at the hands of a manipulator and a fucking liar who's quite happy to lie to the police numerous times. That's why the case got dropped. I wanted to go to court. I wanted to fucking rake her over the coals and go, look, you're a piece of shit and this is what you've done. But the police actually dropped the case because they found out that she lied. She lied numerous times on a statement and even changed her statement 3 times. So you try and, like, you know, talk to people who don't even know you, who you probably would have got on with, and they instantly hate you because of a liar. They instantly think that all this is true. Now, I'm an asexual trans girl who's recovering from rape trauma. I have no interest in sex. I've never had any interest in sex. All I was looking for was friendship, and when someone's flirting with you so excessively that you know it's because, like, if anyone's flirting with me, they need a shotgun and a big sign. And that was another thing as well, getting her friends to go onto my statuses, which half of them didn't even have anything to do with her, and basically took screenshots to make it look like I was violent, which was weird. Because at a line I said that we need shotguns for this shit, which is what I say whenever I'm depressed. It's a quote from Pulp Fiction. She turned that into, I wanted to kill her, which is ridiculous. I know I speak about this a lot, but as a victim, it's important for me to state the facts and prove my innocence because this person is fucking sick. And that's why I'm so fucked up right now. I know a lot of new friends are kind of a bit like, ooh, why are they so sad? It's basically because I'm heavily traumatized from meeting a narcissist who lied about me and ruined my life, basically. You know, could have left me alone. Could have said, look, this is over, end of friends, good. Instead of dragging it on for another month just because you wanted to get a gig out of me and then destroy my life. And I think that anybody who supports this person and also goes against the innocence that has been proven by the police, by the fact that she's a liar, then you really know better than the predators that you support. Yeah, it's equally as scummy. You want to destroy somebody's life over a whole bunch of lies that have been made up by a consummate narcissist, a manipulator, a liar, and that's been proven so many times, yet people still suck up to her because she's pretending to be the victim, which is sick. It's disgusting. And how people can treat people like that, especially down here, it's like Brighton's against predators. No, you're not. You invite them in for tea and cakes if they're fucking popular, and if the unpopular person might have done something a little bit dodgy, oh, guess what? They're cunts and they're blackballed. I'm sorry, but real life doesn't work like that just because somebody threw around the word predator when they were the actual predator. That's the situation. My story's never changed from the start to the end, and the reason for that is because it's the fucking truth. I hate liars. I hate dishonesty. My honesty's got me into a lot of trouble before because I can't fucking lie, and I would never intend on doing so. I have a big mouth and I will call out injustices, and this is a fucking injustice. How you can take somebody who's autistic, who's literally had enough of this person, and then believe that I was after them. I never loved them, I was never obsessed by them, and it's fucking dog shit. Everything she said's a lie, and that also goes for other people out there that have been lied about by her, like this person Cal, who I heard about, who she tried to get done for rape, who didn't. It's just disgusting. And I think that all the people that were friends with me here that ditched me, even after the truth came out and it was proven that she lied, it's just, what kind of sick bastards are you? You know, you literally left somebody, a supposed friend and musical cohort, who was going through the worst narcissist abuse in the world, and instead of supporting them, you ditched them and joined sides with the person that was the predator. Which is really fucking sick. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And then on top of that, I've also had Danni Morris, Valentich, continue his fucking stalking. The reason for that was back in the day, we were kind of friends, but looking back on it now, I think they pretty much groomed me. Like every time we met up, they always got me drunk. It was kind of fun at the time, but I had major beer problems, so I probably shouldn't have been drinking. And we got on great. I used to go to gigs together and stuff, and like they'd take me to gigs and buy me beer, which actually, looking back on it, that is grooming. We never had a non-alcohol hangout. One day they decided to get really, really drunk and go out into Leeds City Centre and smash up the city centre with a load of football fash. And me being me, being anti-violence and all that shit, and like, I called them out on it. I said that what they'd done was disgusting, and yeah. So then we fell out. Of course, they knew that I was autistic and I had BPD, so they were going around spreading lies about me and saying this, that and the other, thinking that I wouldn't find out. I'd blocked them directly after we fell out, and it was obvious because like people like Astrophon and stuff started being really weird with me, and it was really horrible. I found out some of the lies they were saying about me, and this is a person who's been banned from TV Chicks for harassment and bullying, and has been banned from various events because they are essentially a fucking schoolyard bully. So anyway, I moved to Brighton, and they start stalking me here, spreading lies and stuff, and I blocked them on everything, but every time I went on an app or whatever, like something completely unrelated to social media, they would literally follow me on it. Like I was on NGL for a while. I was getting loads of really nice questions, good questions, and one of them was like, basically calling me a piece of shit. So for 7 days, I paid for the what they call it, like the subscription service where you can see who sent you the questions, and it came from Bronzegrove, so it was obviously Danni, and they've just consistently been stalking me ever since. It's really quite scary how obsessed this person is with me. Again, another narcissist, somebody that likes to damage people and destroy their lives without actually thinking of what they're doing to the other person. So they'd be like spreading lies and this, that, and the other, and things would be going down. And then a couple of years ago, it got to Christmas, and I was homeless. I was in emergency accommodation, and they decided it would be a really good idea to hack my PayPal. I don't know how they got into it. Send me 1p with the message, "Lol, you deserve it." It's like, you've literally followed me, you've harassed me, you've followed me down to Brighton, getting in touch with people you don't know to try and start shit, which I even warned the people at, like Sharina and everybody at EMOM about this person. Because, again, narcissism is disgusting, and I don't understand why people do it to other people. If you can't be honest and you can't actually say what you've done or what you've not done or what your real intentions are, then you should fuck off. That's always been how I've thought, and that's what I agree with. So yeah, and then they found out about the whole Artie stuff, like, oh, Kat's gone to court, Kat's been arrested for murder, and whatever. It's like, I've not. I didn't even get to go to court, and I really wanted to show up fucking Artemisia and all her lies. Didn't happen. So that's exactly what happened. I'm tired of being labelled as some kind of weird predator when I've never been predatory in my life. And I don't appreciate people I don't know lying about me or making my life hell. It's like nearly 2 years ago now, and I should be over it, and I'm not. The damage has been done. I don't trust anyone anymore. I'm constantly in bed crying or trying to sort my life out or just giving up constantly, going through massive spirals of depression. And the reason for this is because of a disgusting narcissistic liar, which everybody seems to fucking believe. And, oh, Artie, you're so, oh. It's like, maybe she didn't spread all, oh no. I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, if you're the kind of person that emotionally abuses people, manipulates them, and then makes out that they're the predator, you have real fucking problems. And the people that believe it are just as sick. So I'm not going to be a fucking predator anymore when I was a victim of a narcissist. I'm not going to keep hiding. I'm not going to keep fucking thinking everybody hates me, and I'm also not going to keep making a fucking effort with people when it's blatantly obvious that they've been fucking corrupted by this piece of shit. So yeah, I'm not being your fucking predator anymore. Ella Bean can suck a dick. Evie, my supposed oldest friend that I made, one of the first people I met coming down here, just fucking blocking me straight away. And the thing that got me was the fact that when she said to the police as well, I'd only been there 10 minutes, Lee and Ella Bean both saw her there, and said nothing and denied it. Which goes to show the kind of friends you make. So yeah, this is kind of what Dead Girl is. It's like me calling out all these abuses, all these traumas, all this dog shit that's been going around. Because it is dog shit. You basically abuse somebody who's, you've abused somebody who's just found out they're autistic, they've had 2 deaths, and this has just destroyed my life, and I want my fucking life back. So I'm not going to keep silent. I'm not going to not call this out until some kind of justice is done, until she's seen for the kind of sick person that she is, that she constantly lies and harasses people, and then tries to make out that they're the ones that are harassing with fake messages and dodgy screenshots and copy-paste messages from people that she's also abusing. So yeah, that's the truth. It's probably waffly, and I don't give a shit. I'm not talking about it anymore. I want to move on with my life, get to somewhere where people are actually safe and aren't predators. Because Brighton, oh yeah, we're anti-predator. No, you're not. You're all about the popularity. You don't give a shit that the weird autistic trans girl was the one that was abused. Instead, you demonise her, which is dog shit. And this is from people I thought I trusted. Like the mom crew down here, which is a joke. And I also find it hilarious that literally everybody up north who knows me knows that this is disgusting and has supported me throughout the whole thing. So it really says a lot about the gayest city in England. So yeah, I want gigs, I want the life back, and I want this piece of shit's fucking memory away from me. Because all it's been throughout all of my friendship with her has been lies. So yeah, if you can't handle the truth, don't come near me. And that's basically it. And this hasn't gone away. The feelings haven't gone away. The feeling of injustice, the feeling of fear, the feeling of trying to move on from something that has literally destroyed your life. So next time you're out there spying for Artemisia or like supporting her or putting gigs on, just remember that she's a fucking predator. In the truest sense of the word. A manipulative, narcissistic, horrible piece of shit. I said it. If this causes more problems or more people that hate me, I don't give a shit. I really don't. Honesty is the way forward in this life. I'm not going to be a liar, I'm not going to play your fucking games, I'm not going to be a predator anymore. Because I never was. So maybe y'all should have a bit of a think. Much love and see you on the Dead Girl release. A couple of people got me pissed, but it's about time I called this bullshit out. Enjoy.